Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today. Today is Thursday, October 30th, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk the Two, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever does not, just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. Okay, I felt like I breathed in some cat hair or something, and all of a sudden I was having like an asthma attack. We got one on the table, two on the table. Okay, it's interesting. Sorry guys, I just didn't feel like doing the tarot again tonight. I'll do it tomorrow for Halloween, but I just was not feeling it. I don't know what it is. And it's not the decks, it's me. Like I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. We got three on the table. I think that's seven. Hold on. Oh boy. Yep. Seven. Let's do two more shuffles. Eight on the table. Oh wow. Okay. So we got eight on the table. The last card actually came out sideways, and I will explain why. Last shuffle. I don't think we've ever had this card. I don't even remember seeing this card. We got nine on the table with bottom of the deck. We've got restricted. We've got hunger. We've got Black Widow. We've got spirit messages. We've got wounded. We've got overwhelmed. We've got disappointed. We've got divine feminine. Now this came out sideways. We're going to talk about it. And we've got bottom of the deck, juju work. My friend at work, her dog's name is Juju. Makes me laugh. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonate. This could be a divine masculine. It does not matter. So here's the deal. This Black Widow and this divine feminine are the same person. This is what's going on. With this restricted and this hunger card, somebody is trying to curb their appetite for something. To me, we're talking low vibrational. I'm just going to be honest. So like sex, drugs, alcohol, gambling, that kind of thing. This Black Widow, I think, was receiving messages from God, their ancestors, dearly departed loved ones, angels, saying, "Hey, you need to turn yourself around. Like you need to get your shit together. Like you're low vibrational, but you're slipping even farther down the pole." And I know that sounded weird, but whatever. Yeah, that could be a stripper pole. I mean, it's a Black Widow. I don't know. But it's like for someone that's karmic, for someone that's toxic, like they're just becoming even more so, right? They're not rising, they're falling. And it's like somebody's trying to tell them, hey, like we want you to pick yourself up. We want you to like get your act together. Whoever this person is, they're wounded. This is somebody that with the overwhelmed, with the disappointed, Like, this is someone that doesn't know how to deal with past trauma, doesn't know how to deal with people that treat them like garbage, doesn't really know how to deal with people that treats them well, honestly. Like, this is someone that is just very much in over their head in most situations with most people, and then they just end up being disappointed. But instead of putting that disappointment on themselves where it should be, right? Because again, I've been talking about it a lot for these last couple months, maybe even a year almost, right? Taking accountability for your actions. Like, people don't take accountability, and then, they're disappointed, but they're not disappointed in themselves. No, no, no. They're disappointed in everybody else. It's because you don't take accountability. You don't look at your own actions, your own inaction. Okay? That is a very narcissistic attitude. Like, you literally should be able to look at things that you've been a part of with fresh eyes. You should be able to recognize and take accountability for when you do wrong. If you can't do that, you have a problem. Somebody has a problem. This person is not a divine feminine. This person is someone that could have been a divine feminine. They had that potential, or maybe they were at one point, and like I said, they fell. They just kept falling. And I've talked about this before. It's okay to have a little narcissism. Everybody has a little narcissism. It's okay to be a little toxic. It's okay to be a little karmic. But when you cross a threshold, and that's what your whole life is about, that's a problem. I don't know why I keep itching my head, but because it doesn't even really itch, but I feel like scratching it. And why was I picturing like a little kid when I did that? Like me as a little kid. Part of this person not being a divine feminine or losing their status as a divine feminine, this is somebody that participates in some not so productive dark arts, okay? And I'm not saying this person's like a red rummer or like they're doing anything like horrifying out there. It's just, even if you cast a spell, for somebody's flowers to die in their garden, like that's BS. Like, that's bullshit. Like, that's bullshit magic. Like, you like, can't you use that magic to do good for yourself? Why do you have to try to harm others? I've talked about it before. It boggles my mind, the stupidity. Like, why do you try to steal from me when you could literally use your magic to build for yourself? Hello. And at the end of the day, when you think about it, at the end of the day, you're not hurting me. You're hurting yourself, because again, you could use that magic to manifest for something a hell of a lot greater than revenge, right? I'm just saying. People just are like not with it. Oh my gosh. And I did do one spell. What was it, a couple months ago? If you subscribe, with the guy that I fell in love with at work, like, oh, like, I was brought back to like lifetimes ago, timelines ago, when I think I've told you guys before, like, I believe in another lifetime, on another timeline, that I was a really, really nasty ass witch. Like, no joke. Like, even when I think about it, I just like get like this like sour stomach and this sour taste in my mouth. Um, and I've said before, like, I literally almost destroyed myself because I just did not give a fuck. Like, I would destroy anyone and anything like in my path. I didn't care. Like everything was about me. And it got to the point where I was going to destroy myself. And that's when like God basically reached out to me and is like, you can do this if you want to do this. Like, I'm not going to stop you, but do you want to do this? Like, is this how you want to end? You know, like that kind of thing. I will say this, like, most of the time when he says something to me, I freaking listen. Most of the time. But yeah, I did a spell on the guy at work just for him to always be no. I did, I did a spell for him to always think of me no matter who he was with in the future. Something like that. Something like that. And it's funny cuz I did it. I did the spell probably like 3 days in a row. And then I woke up one morning and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like like really, what am I doing? So I tried to reverse it and I literally said to God, I said I want to take it back. I said, "Can I take it back? Like can I do that? Will you let me do that?" Like I'm realizing that like that's my part in like that's my asshole part in the situation, you know? Because really I should just shouldn't even have bothered. Like who see here's the thing. If you can't be with a person that you love because they love you, then what's the point? Like what like you doing a spell trying to get somebody to love you. I mean, deep down inside you know that that's fake. Like you know they probably really don't love you, like you just casted a spell on them. So like who wants to live their life like that, you know? I don't know. I was thinking about that while I was walking earlier cuz the guy at work and one of the ladies who am kind of friends with, there's rumors about them going around now. And a lot of people have been talking about them in our department, in the warehouse. I haven't said shit up until today because one of the guys made a joke and then I made a joke and then I told my friend that I made the joke and I think she overheard it because I think she said something to my friend. Of course, my friend's not going to tell me because my friend is one of those people, like, if you tell her, she's not telling anybody else. And that goes for me, that goes for everybody else. Like, she's not going to tell your secrets. And I would never ask her to tell me, somebody's secrets, or what somebody said, Her relationship with other people is her relationship, has nothing to do with me. Just like when I'm friends with people she's not friends with, doesn't have anything to do with her. But there's a lot of rumors going around about the two of them, and she has been with her boyfriend for many, many years. They have two kids, and their oldest kid I think is like 13, 14, and they've been together longer than that. And there's a rumor about her and the guy that was in love with. And people like that, like they get pissed off when you delve into their personal shit because, and I'm just going to say it, because they have something to hide, like, and I was thinking about this as I was walking, like I don't have anything to hide, like I can admit, like, I used to be a liar. I can admit that I cheated on my ex-husband. I can admit that I've been a thief in the past, that I've stolen stuff. Like I would never lie about my situation, like I always tell the truth. And I feel like when you always tell the truth, nothing really can come back and bite you in the ass. But when you're a liar and a cheater and a thief and you try to hide that, eventually that shit comes to the light, you know? Eventually that comes to the light. And I'm not saying that anything is going on between him and her, but like there is a lot of talk at work about it. A lot. And I don't think that either of them realize, like, the gravity of the situation, like if they are getting together, then she should probably break up with her boyfriend. Like, and probably move out, like I don't know, like it's sad to me when I watch people struggle because they just won't be honest with themselves and they won't be honest about their situation. And I don't really care about like the public. Like, you don't owe me anything, right? Like, I just work with you, I just talk to you sometimes. But like, if you don't, I was thinking about this as I was walking. If you don't want to be talked about, if you don't want to be gossiped about, then don't put the energy out there, Come to work, do your job, go home. You don't need to flirt with every guy or every woman you see. You don't have to, like, get cozy with every guy or woman you see. Come to work, do your job, go home. And the thing is, for me, I was thinking about this too because one of the guys in our department, I kind of made friends with him last week. He's really nice. He's married. He's got 2 kids. He's younger than me. He's a good kid. I really like him. He's sweet, but he's kind of quiet. And him and I were both out on last break separately outside. He was in his car. I was in my car. Well, when we came back at like the same time. And he was coming up alongside my right, and we were going to the door, and you have to scan your badge to go in. And I said, hey, how you doing? Like, are you excited for the weekend? Are you excited for tomorrow? Because he has tomorrow off to be with his kids for Halloween. And, he put his arm around my shoulders, and I put my arm around his waist. And we walked up to the door and walked through the door together. Now, if somebody were to see that, and maybe somebody did, right? There'll be gossip. Like, there'll be gossip tomorrow. There'll be gossip next week. Like, I'll hear something. Like, guaranteed. If somebody saw that and says something, I will hear about it. Guaranteed. Now, was that anything going? No. He's married. He's got 2 kids. I just consider him a work colleague, a friend. That's it. Nice guy. Do I care if somebody looks at it as something? No. Like, I'm going to be friends with who I'm going to be friends with, and I'm going to express that friendship in whatever way I want, as long as, I would never kiss him or anything like that, right? Like, he's married. But I'm just saying, like, give him a hug, like, like, it's not a big deal. People make it a big deal because they don't have anything else going on in their lives. And I think some people forget that if you don't want something to get out there, if you don't want to be talked about, gossiped about, then don't put the energy out there. Like I said, with me, I'm an open book, so I could care less. I come on here and I tell you guys my whole life story, day in and day out. I don't care. I feel like if I have something to offer that could lend to somebody else's experience on this planet, then fabulous. I'm going to say it. But there are people out there that literally think they can do and say anything they want, and people aren't going to notice. People aren't going to notice you cheating on your husband or your wife. People aren't going to notice, like flirting with a fellow employee. Like, people notice. People notice. It's not, you're not hiding nothing. That's why I say, like, if you don't want somebody to know your business, don't be bringing it to work. Don't be making out with people at work when you got somebody at home. I don't know. Like, the whole situation has left a sour taste in my mouth because I feel in that situation with those 3 people, the guy and the two women, I just feel like I'm constantly getting blamed for something, and then none of them will talk to me, and I just, like, how are you blaming me? Like, I walked away from the situation like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. How are you still blaming me? Like, if one of the women is with the guy and she's cheating on her man of 14, 16 years, whatever it is, How is that my fault? It's not my fault you're living a lie. It's not my fault you tried to hide something very shittily. I know that's not a word. I'm just saying. Like why would I be blamed for your lack of discretion, I don't know. But that's what it feels like. And I'm literally just going to work doing my job and trying to get home because I don't want to I don't want to be there. I like most of the people. I don't want to be there all damn day. Pardon me. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm not picking up on anything else. It's probably time for me to go to bed. I know. I'm an old lady, y'all. I'm an old lady. Anywho, I hope it resonated or not. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were entertained. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.